Have you ever wondered what happens when the world of luxury sports cars collides with a muddy off-road adventure? Well, you're about to find out because we're diving into a wild ride where Lamborghini and Porsche take their impeccable style and performance to the dirt track. It's like they decided to put on their finest leather gloves and play in the mud. And trust us, it's far from your typical joyride. Porsche and Lamborghini seem to have caught the same off-road bug around the same time. As 2023 rolls around, the two supercar makers are ready to tackle the dusty trails and muddy paths with the Porsche 911 Dakar and the Lamborghini Huracán Sterrato, the dynamic duo that's turning heads and making traditionalists raise an eyebrow or two. So, if you're ready to see these high-performance icons go off the beaten path while wearing their metaphorical mud-spattered gloves, stick around till the end of this video. We're about to dive deep into the world of luxury supercars, embracing the dirt and proving that they're more than just pretty faces for the city streets. Now, let's dive into the nitty-gritty details of these unconventional beasts. The Porsche 911 Dakar. The Porsche 911 Dakar is not your ordinary sand-flinging machine. This bad boy boasts a rear-mounted engine, a floor as flat as a pancake, and some beefy rear tires that perfectly complement the 911's natural tendency for rear bias weight distribution. These features are like secret weapons when it comes to maneuvering through sand. It's like this car was born for this kind of terrain. You'd think a vehicle that's about 3,550 pounds would sink like a stone in the sand, right? But no, the Dakar manages to defy expectations. Thanks to some serious weight-saving tactics, it's just around 20 pounds heavier than a Carrera 4 GTS. And get this, it's even lighter than a base Porsche Macan by a whopping 600 pounds. So, when it comes to making tracks in the sand, this Porsche struts its stuff without leaving the deep footprints of your regular SUV. The real magic happens when you pop open the rear engine bay. The Dakar packs a punch with its 473 horsepower twin-turbo 3.0-litre flat-six engine, borrowed from the GTS model. And let's talk torque. A massive 420 pound-feet of it to be precise, delivered gene in the sand, consistently churning between 3,000 and 4,000 revs, all while you're gripping the wheel in acceleration and disbelief. And don't let the gritty exterior fool you. Step inside and you'll be reminded that you're still in a 911. The interior might be adorned with those cool Dakar-themed touches, but the essence of the 911 is ever present. Take the micro-suede wrapped steering wheel for example. It's in constant motion as you navigate the sandy terrain, making the sensor hash mark seem like a quirky detail. And those one-piece carbon race buckets? Sure, they look the part, but they'll give you a run for your money when the sand starts bouncing you around. Here's a pro tip for you adventurous souls. Ditch the hardcore buckets for some comfort. Opt for the heated leather GT Sport steering wheel and those 18-way power-adjustable heated sport seats. They're no-cost options, by the way. And just in case you hadn't already caught on, the Porsche 911 Dakar isn't just a show pony. It's got some serious engineering behind those mud-splattered looks. A lot of its guts come from the Carrera 4 GTS, including its robust all-wheel drive system armed with Porsche Traction Management and Porsche Torque Vectoring Plus. But wait, there's more. The Dakar takes it a step further by throwing in some GTS goodies, like rear-wheel steering and Porsche Dynamic Chassis Control System, featuring all those nifty active anti-roll bars. And trust us, when all of these elements come together with a sprinkle of software magic, the result is some seriously potent performance, especially in the rally and off-road driving modes. Now, let's talk about those modes. Rallye Mode isn't just a name, it's an experience. The car shifts its torque distribution towards the rear, sets up the active anti-roll bars, and fine-tunes the rear-wheel steering system to let you indulge in controlled, rally-inspired oversteer. Imagine drifting gracefully on loose, gravel-covered surfaces, all with a safety net, of course. The systems are adaptive, so they'll reel you back in if things get a bit too wild. Switch to off-road mode and you're in for a treat. This mode evens out the torque distribution between the front and rear while also relaxing the anti-roll bars and engaging the rear differential lock. What does this mean? Well, it's like Dakar becomes a master of traversing uneven landscapes, maintaining steady progress, even when the terrain gets challenging. And the baseline torque splits? Consider them more like flexible guidelines. This system has the capacity to send torque anywhere from the front dominant 88% to a full-on rear dominant 100%, all depending on where you need the grip. Lamborghini Huracán Sterrato. Introducing the Lamborghini Huracán Sterrato, the absolute embodiment of supercar insanity with a race suspension and a thirst for off-road adventure. With a heart-pounding 602 horsepower, the Sterrato is not only quick, it's quick like lightning on steroids. But the fun doesn't stop there. This beast comes armed with specially tuned drive modes that practically dare low-grip conditions to challenge it. It's like the Sterrato scoffs at loose gravel and tricky terrains, all while flexing its muscles. The Sterrato comes prepared with a skid plate, reinforced sills, and Bridgestone Dual or AT002 tires that look as fierce as they perform. It's a sight to behold, a supercar that's ready to leave a trail of dust in its wake while looking absolutely bonkers doing it. And get this, the Sterrato made its grand entrance just weeks after the Porsche 911 Dakar. It's like those manufacturers tapped into a shared dream of turning high-performance speedsters into dirt-devouring machines. But the Lamborghini? Oh, it's a whole different level of exclusive, a symphony of engine that's practically poetry in motion. This isn't just off-roading, it's off-road cranked up to 11, a symphony of control chaos that we can't help but fall head over heels for. Fresh for the 2023 model year, it's everything you love about the classic Huracan. The head-turning allure, the heart-pounding thrills, now with the added bonus of taking those thrills onto dirt roads. But here's the catch. It's a limited-time offer with only 1,499 lucky souls getting the chance to own this masterpiece. So, if you're looking to get your hands on one, you better be quick on your feet. Now, let's talk about the numbers that matter when you're hitting the dirt. The Sterrato comes with a higher ground clearance compared to the Huracan Evo, making room for the kind of terrain it's built to conquer. But it's not just about height. The track widths have also been beefed up, giving this wild stallion the stance it needs to tackle uneven surfaces with confidence. Under the hood, you'll find the heart of this beast, a robust 5.2-litre V10 engine churning out an exhilarating 602 horsepower and 417 pound-force-foot of torque. But this isn't just about power, it's about control and agility. With its all-wheel drive system and a 7-speed LDF dual-clutch automatic transmission, the Sterrato can rock from 0 to 62 miles per hour in just 3.4 seconds. Now, it might not be as lightning quick as the Huracan Evo, but that's because the Sterrato is built for a different kind of adventure, one that involves tackling rough terrain with confidence. Now, let's talk about the tech that sets this beauty apart. Unique tires? Check. A Rallye Mode designed specifically for low-grip surfaces? Check. And let's not forget the rear mechanical self-locking differential, a key player in keeping the Sterrato steady when things get a little slippery. Step inside the cabin and you'll find the familiar touch of luxury adorned in Alcantara upholstery. But that's just the beginning. For those looking to kick things up a notch, options include a titanium roll bar and even a fire extinguisher. You know, just in case things get a little too heated on your off-road escapades. But it's not all about the physical. The center touchscreen gets an upgrade in the graphics department, adding a touch of modern flair. And for those moments when you're conquering inclines and declines, the instrument cluster boasts a digital inclinometer, ensuring you stay on top of your game. And guess what? The Sterrato doesn't shy away from capturing its dirt road exploits either. The drive recorder is there to immortalize those spectacular off-road antics, allowing you to relive the thrill over and over again. The drag race. With these two heavyweights coming out at almost the same time, car enthusiasts would want to know which of the two super SUVs is the faster. Well, the good people at CarWow did a drag race between the two, and the result's out. It was a showdown for the ages, and CarWow's Matt Watson was at the helm of the Lamborghini Huracán Sterrato, while racing driver Maher-Loughnan took the reins of the Porsche 911 Dakar. With 3 drag races on the docket, the winner would be determined by the best 2 out of 3 results. A thrilling face-off of supercar titans. The rubber met the road in the first race. The Lambo decided to let loose, turning off all traction control and employing launch control. The Porsche opted for Rallye Mode, a setting designed to optimize performance on slippery surfaces. As the lights went green, the Huracán Sterrato surged ahead, levering its higher RPM range and 602 horsepower to gain an early lead it held onto till the finish line. But the second race told a different story. Sam Mayer made a tactical decision, taking the Porsche out of Rallye Mode and launching it manually, skipping the launch control altogether. This maneuver paid off, with the Porsche streaking ahead right from the start and maintaining a slender lead as both cars blitzed down the track, almost reaching the quarter-mile mark. And then came the decisive third race, where the excitement peaked. The Lamborghini's launch improved and its momentum gradually overtook the Porsche, despite the latter's initial jump. The Huracán Sterrato proved its mettle, inching ahead and crossing the quarter-mile finish line in 11 seconds, while the Porsche 911 Dakar trailed closely at 11.2 seconds. The finish line was practically a photo finish, a testament to the prowess of both cars and the exhilarating rivalry they'd created. In the end, the Huracán Sterrato claimed victory. And there you have it, the test drag race between two super SUVs making their entry into the world of off-road adventure. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and watch the next one.